we got our hydraulic roller lifters and we're cleaning them all up, and it's just not good enough to just like clean the exterior of the lifter and maybe, you know, use something to press that down and try and cycle it or clean it that way. I feel you got to take the whole thing apart, and so this is what it looks like once we've got it all tore apart. There you've got your top little spring clip in there, and I just used a pick and I picked that out. And then on mine, so our plunger in here, that was stuck in there, so what I did was I just used some compressed air in that orifice there, and I just hold my thumb over the top, and hopefully that's going to pop that out of there for you. Sometimes you got to work this up and down. I just used a Robertson screwdriver that fits nice into the little pocket in there, and just press that up and down, work it up and down with some brake cleaner there, and try and get that so that'll come out. So once that comes out, then you're gonna see this plunger down in the bore of the lifter down there. So basically that's what you're gonna see, and this is the spot here. So you've got this, I'm calling it a plunger too, this plunger, and then there's gonna be the spring underneath the check ball, and then this is on the end, and then you got a spring underneath of that, and all that fits down in here. So what was going on was these are all basically, I don't know if you want to say seized, but they're hydraulic locked in the bottom at different spots. So being hydraulic locked, you'd have to take your pick and basically poke down the check ball through the hole there to release that hydraulic lock, and then you'd be able to push this down a little bit, and you can just kind of keep working it up and down, up and down. The spring's gonna raise it up and you're pushing it down, and use some brake cleaner and everything and spray that inside, and so it gets in behind the check ball, spray it around the bore of that plunger piece there, and just keep working on it and working on it until you're able to kind of, like, you could try and tap it out. Once you get it to a certain point, you can do the same thing, put your compressed air in this hole, and then it'll push it out the rest of the way. After you've been working all this to get all these components out, then clean everything up really good. You want to clean the bore in there really well, and you want to clean your two plungers on the outside. Clean those up really good. There's this orifice hole here that connects to that. That's usually going to be fine. You're going to have a problem with that, but clean that out. You want to clean inside this bore here. You want to clean the exterior. This is underneath, and then what happens is you've got this little cap, and then this little spring. The spring will go into the cap, and then your check ball goes in there, and then you take this and you put it on top. And then what I just use is a screwdriver to push that down, and it'll seat itself. Push it down real tight and it'll seat itself. I take the handle of the screwdriver and I just press that down until it seats itself. And once that's seated in there, then you can get a pick and you can make sure that that check ball is depressing, or use the compressed air on this side and make sure that it's blowing air out of the holes here around this cap piece. And then you want to have your spring cleaned, and it'll go in like that. It goes spring, this piece, and then that on top, and then your clip, and you just assemble that all back together. Start off with the spring inside there, and then we're going to put this piece in. Now we've pressed that piece in, and lastly we've got this top plunger piece that goes on top. Here's the top plunger piece. You can see how it's returning back, and then we'll use our clip there to hold it in place, and it's reassembled again. Now that it's reassembled, you'll be able to use the screwdriver or something. You'll be able to push that plunger down. So now we've got them all cleaned up and ready to reinstall for the rebuild.